Yes, dear students. So, good morning. Today we are going to learn how to convert the interrogative sentences into indirect speech. We will also learn about imperative sentences and exclamatory sentences. I hope the assertive sentence is now clear to you all and the rules are clear. So, let's begin. Now, in interrogative sentences, you will find two types of sentences. First is the question beginning with WH words like who, which, when, where, whom, what, why, how, etc. The second form is the sentence starting with helping verbs is, am, are, was, were, can, could, will, shall, do, does, did, may, etc. So, how to transform these sentences into indirect? Let's take an example first and then we will discuss. The doctor said to the nurse, which injection will you give to the patient? The reporting verb said to is there. The question statement is here. Question में क्या है? Which injection will you give? Now, आपने quasm rule पढ़ा है in your junior classes that whenever we have to frame a question, we first put the question word, that is WH word, then we place the helping verb, then the subject, and then the main verb, and at the end, the question mark. So this is the structure of a question statement, right? And when you are transforming it from direct to indirect, see what are the changes that you observe in the example here. The doctor asked the nurse which injection she would give to the patient. The reporting verb said to is changed into asked. There is no conjunction that here. Instead, the WH word itself is joining the reporting verb to reported speech. And the question form is changed into assertive sentence and a full stop is put at the end. क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं है क्योंकि अब ये स्टेटमेंट जो है ये असर्टिव सेंटेंस में बदल गया है, ये अब क्वेश्चन फॉर्म में नहीं है. तो जब हम एक assertive sentence लिखते हैं उसमें क्या होता है, we place the subject first, then the helping verb, then the main verb, and rest of the statement follows. So see here, the doctor asked the nurse which injection she would give to the patient. So which injection she would give. So यहाँ पर which के साथ injection word follow करते हुए subject follow कर रहा है, which injection she, and helping verb and main verb बाद में आए हैं. अगर आप इसे लिख देते हो which injection would she give, तो again ये question form में बदल जाता है. Then it is not a correct transformation of the sentence. और याद रखोगे full stop लगाना है at the end. If you put a question mark again, then your answer will be wrong. Take this another example. The patient said to the nurse, "Who is my doctor?" The patient asked the nurse who his doctor was. So see again, said to becomes asked. Then the with WH word who के साथ subject को place किया, his doctor, and verb at the end place हो गया. So his doctor was. So सबसे पहला रूल क्या है? Said to will be converted into asked. You can also use the word like inquire or demand. But keep this in mind, if you use the word inquire or demand, these words are followed by the preposition of. So हम इस आंसर को ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, the patient inquired of the nurse who his doctor was. The patient demanded of the nurse who his doctor was. So that way, interrogative form को assertive में change करना है. The mark of interrogation is to be dropped from here. You'll add full stop there, and you can use the words like inquire or demanded. You can also use the word asked. इतना याद रखोगे, आस्ट के साथ ऑफ नहीं लगता है, सिर्फ इंक्वायर और डिमांडेड के साथ ऑफ preposition फॉलो करेगा. So ये था when the interrogative sentence starts with the WH word. WH means W or H means who, which, and how, etc. But in case the question starts with the helping verb, as for example, the patient said to the nurse, "Is the doctor in?" The question starts with is. See the answer here. The patient asked the nurse if the doctor was in. So the reporting verb and the reported speech, they are joined by the word if. So यहाँ पर हम insert करेंगे when the helping verbs are used to join the reporting verb to reported speech, will add the word if there. Again, that is not to be added. अगर आप किसी भी question word के आगे that लगाते हो वो wrong हो जाएगा. Interrogative sentences में that conjunction add नहीं होता है, इस बात को हमेशा ध्यान रखोगे. So in case of the question starting with helping verbs, you'll add the word if or whether. वो मौसम वाला weather नहीं, WEATHER नहीं, WHETHER. And if you're not sure of the spelling of weather, then go for if. It's a small word, use this. The patient said to the doctor, "Am I suffering from mucus fibrosis?" The patient asked the doctor if he was suffering from mucus fibrosis. So we'll add if here, then we will add subject followed by the verb and the rest of the sentence. बस इतना सा ही है interrogative sentence में. Rest rules are the same. You'll bring changes of pronoun there, you'll bring the tenses there, make changes in tenses and changes in the words denoting nearness of time and place. I hope it is clear. Keep this in mind when you are transforming the interrogative sentences. That conjunction is not to be used, and the interrogative form of the sentence is to be changed into assertive form. Full stop is to be added at the end. Next is imperative sentences. Sentences dealing with order, request, advice. So here in this, we will learn how to transform a statement which is in order, request, advice, or statement starting with let in the reported speech. So सबसे पहले order को देखते हैं, positive order. So here basically we see that how in reported speech the sentence starts with the verb in its first form. The nurse said to the ward boy, "Open all the windows of the room for ventilation." It's an order given by the nurse to the ward boy. So the nurse ordered the ward boy. That means the reporting verb said to will be converted into ordered, or you can use the word commanded. And you see here, हमने यहाँ पर that conjunction नहीं लगाया है. Instead एक infinitive to add हो गया है. And to के साथ verb first form में आती है, इसलिए इसके tense में change नहीं होगा. The nurse ordered the ward boy to open all the windows of the room for ventilation. So changes क्या क्या देखे? Reporting verb said to change हो गया ordered में, and to join the reported speech to reporting verb, infinitive to is added and no change in the tense is there because to के साथ first form of the verb follow करती है. Another example, Alexander the Great said to his commander, "Be prepared to attack Persia." Alexander the Great ordered his commander to be prepared to attack Persia. So जब यहाँ पर एक positive order है, then simply add to. But if there is a negative order, that means not is added there. और negative किस तरह से? You will find the words beginning, the statement beginning with don't or never. So इसको कैसे change करना है? Take this example. The doctor said to the ward boy, don't allow anyone to enter the operation theater. The doctor ordered the ward boy. यहाँ पर देखिए हमने क्या वर्ड ऐड किया, not to. That means don't में से do को हटाना है, not के साथ infinitive ऐड कर देना है. Not to allow anyone to enter the operation theater. Joseph Stalin said to his daughter Svetlana, never dance with that young man again. Joseph Stalin ordered his daughter Svetlana never to dance with that young man again. So यहाँ पर never के साथ भी to ऐड कर देना है. Don't के केस में क्या करना है, do को हटा देना है, not to के साथ verb follow करना है. तो नेगेटिव में इस तरह से फॉलो करेगा. नेक्स्ट हमारा आता है रिक्वेस्ट. When a request is made there, and if you get the words like please, kindly with verb 1 in reported speech, what you have to do is you'll remove the words please and kindly from the reported speech, and in the reporting verb you will add the word requested. Take this example. The patient said to the nurse, please take my BP. The patient requested the nurse to take his BP. So imperative sentences में चाहे वो order है, चाहे वो request है, चाहे वो advice है, आपको infinitive to लगाकर verb को, जो आपके रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब को रिपोर्टेड स्पीच से ज्वाइन करना है. क्योंकि इन्फिनेटिव टू लग जाता है तो आपके वर्ब के टेंस में चेंज नहीं आएगा. एंड यस, यू हैव टू ब्रिंग द चेंज इन द प्रोनाउन इन द स्टेटमेंट. सो रिक्वेस्टेड विल बी एडेड इन केस ऑफ request made in the statement. And if you get the words like please and kindly, those are to be removed from the expression or statement there. These expressions are to be removed. Next, advice. जैसे the father said to his son, work hard. The father advised his son to work hard. So that way we will use the word suggested or advised in case of advice when it is given there. So जब order है तो you can use the word like ordered, commanded. If request is there, you can use the word like requested, begged. And if there is advice, you can use the word advised, suggested, urged, etc. And remember this, that जो हमारा linking word है वो हो जाता है infinitive to, and to के साथ verb first form follow करता है तो tense में change नहीं आएगा. अगर negative है, do not है, तो उसकी जगह not के साथ infinitive place हो जाएगा. not to बन जाएगा, never है तो never to बन जाएगा. इस बात का ध्यान रखोगे. All right. Next, in case of sentences beginning with let, दो तरह के आपको sentences मिलेंगे. एक let जहां पर permission मांगी जाती है, जहां पर allow का meaning आता है, और दूसरा जहां पर proposals दी जाती हैं. जैसे take this example. Shilpi said, Mama, let me join the school trip to Mysore. Now here Shilpi is actually making a request and asking her mother to allow her to join the trip. So क्या statement हो जाएगा? Shilpi requested her mother to let her join the school trip to Mysore. So if you get the expression of request, set to को request में बदलना है. जो let है वो let के आगे आपने to लगा देना है. Let's see this example. The second one here first. The doctor said to the visitor, let the patient lie in peace. That means he's suggesting the visitor to allow the patient lie in peace. So clear cut हमें पता चल रहा है कि let के साथ एक suggestion दिया जा रहा है. The doctor advised the visitor to let the patient lie in peace. Now see here the first example. The nurse said to the patient, let me give you injection. इसका indirect form क्या है? The nurse asked the patient to let her give him injection. Now यहाँ से clearly पता नहीं चल रहा है whether it's a request, order or advice. So you can use the word asked there. So in the question beginning with let, if you get a request there, you will use the word requested to replace the word said to. The reporting verb will be changed into requested. If the statement is clearly giving an advice, then you will replace said to with advised. But if you find a confusion there, go for asked. Is it clear? So the nurse asked the patient to let her give him injection. Now there is the second category, let, where the proposal is made. जैसे Sushant said to his friends, let's go for a picnic. सुशांत ने अपने फ्रेंड्स को सजेस्ट किया, प्रपोजल रखा उनके सामने कि चलो पिकनिक पर जाते हैं. तो देखिए चेंजेस क्या हैं. सेड टू चेंज हुआ सजेस्टेड में, एंड यहाँ पर देखिए लेट को रिमूव कर दिया गया है, दैट ऐड करके दे शुड कर दिया है. तो यू कैन यूज लेट के जगह पर दैट दे शुड और दैट वी शुड. सेड टू को चेंज कर सकते हैं प्रपोज्ड और सजेस्टेड. इतना ध्यान रखोगे अगर आप प्रपोज्ड यूज कर रहे हो तो प्रपोज्ड के साथ टू फॉलो करेगा. जैसे आई प्रपोज्ड टू माय फ्रेंड, सुशांत सजेस्टेड टू हिज प्रपोज्ड टू हिज फ्रेंड. बट अगर सजेस्टेड करते हो तो टू फॉलो नहीं करेगा, इतना ध्यान रखना. ठीक है. सो यहां पर क्या चेंज होगा, इफ अ प्रपोजल इज मेड देयर देन you will remove the word let and in that place you will add conjunction that and they should. So answer क्या बन जाता है, Sushant suggested its friends that they should go for a picnic or we should go for a picnic. I hope it is clear. यहाँ पर हमारा जो imperative sentence खत्म होता है. So imperative sentences को ध्यान से बदलोगे. Imperative sentences में infinitive to add हो जाता है. Next one is the exclamatory sentences. The sentences showing strong emotions of sorrow, joy, anger, surprise, etc. See this example. He said, alas, I have failed. Now, alas is an expression of sorrow. And indirect speech में देखिए changes क्या क्या brought हुए हैं. He exclaimed with sorrow that he had failed. Reporting verb said is converted into exclaimed. The word alas has been removed. Instead, to give the expression of alas, we have used the phrase here with sorrow. So he exclaimed with sorrow. दुख के साथ उसने बताया, क्या बताया कि वो फेल हो गया था. He said, I have failed. So ये बन जाएगा that he had failed. So exclamatory sentences में क्या क्या changes हम notice करते हैं. Reporting verb change होता है exclaim में, and if you get an expression like alas, hooray, bravo, those words will be changed with the words like joy, sorrow, fear, anger, delight, or you can also add the word applaud, regret, cursed, etc. And along with that we add the conjunction that there. इंटरजेक्शन और एक्सक्लेमेशन साइंस आर रिमूव्ड. आप देखिए एक्सक्लेमेशन साइन को रिमूव करके असर्टिव सेंटेंस में चेंज करके फुल स्टॉप लगाया गया है. Another example, she said, hooray, I have been selected for the nursing course. खुशी एक्सप्लेन हो रहा है हुर्रे के साथ. So she exclaimed with joy that she had been selected for the nursing course. He said, oh sorry, sister Jane is not here. यहाँ पर ओ है, एक तरह से apologize कर रहा है इंसान. So he exclaimed that sister Jane was not there, or you can simply here write he exclaimed or with sorrow that sister Jane was not there, or you can add he apologized that sister Jane was not there. Right? Next है exclamatory sentences जो begin होते हैं with how and what. Take this example. The nurse said to the patient, "How weak you have grown." The nurse exclaimed that the patient had grown very weak. ये जो how weak you have grown जो exclamation था, इसे हमने change करना है into assertive sentence. कौन बहुत weak हो गया है? The patient had grown very weak. So you will remove the exclamatory way of writing the sentence and you will convert it into assertive sentence. ठीक है? So इस तरह से आपने चेंज करना है. How and what को रिमूव कर देना है. The patient said, "What a caring nurse she is." The patient exclaimed that she was a very caring nurse. So that के बाद हमारा जो subject है वो add होगा, verb add होगा, उसे proper assertive sentence में बनाना है. What a caring nurse she is को बना देना है, she was a very caring nurse. So that way we will add the word exclaimed and convert the sentence into assertive. We'll remove the word like what and how. Next in the category is optative. Exclamatory में ही optative की भी एक category आती है and this is the last part of the direct indirect speech. Optative में basically किसी के लिए हम जब wish करते हैं, किसी को हम wish करते हैं good morning, good evening, goodbye या किसी के लिए pray करते हैं. How to convert those? So जहां पर हम किसी को wish करते हैं on meeting or parting from someone. डायरेक्ट स्पीच में क्या यूज होता है? गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड इवनिंग. सो इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में द रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब said to is converted into wished. The patient said to the matron, "Good morning." The patient wished the matron good morning. He said to his friend, "Goodbye." He bade his friend goodbye. हम फेयरवेल बिड करते हैं, किसी को गुड बाय विश करते हैं. सो बिडिंग फेयरवेल, तो बिड का पास फॉर्म होता है बेड. सो यहाँ पर इसलिए बेड यूज हुआ है. नेक्स्ट आता है सेंटेंसेस विद मे, जहां पर हम किसी के लिए कोई विश कर रहे हैं, किसी को प्रे कर रहे हैं. सो द नर्स सेड टू द पेशेंट, "मे यू कन्वालेस सून." द नर्स विश्ड दैट द पेशेंट माइट कन्वालेस सून. कन्वालेस करना, रिकवर करना. आपने ये वर्ड पढ़ा है ना ट्रिकी चैप्टर में भी. So the patient wished, the nurse wished the patient, wished that the patient might convalesce soon. The matron said, "May you get well." The matron prayed that he might get well. So may को might में चेंज करना है, टेंस का चेंज लाना है और इस तरह से आपने इन सेंटेंसेस को चेंज करना है. तो जहां पर किसी के लिए हम कोई प्रे कर रहे हैं तो वी कैन यूज द वर्ड विश्ड और प्रेड. सो दिस वे यू विल डील विद द sentences which are exclamatory or in optative form. I hope this part is clear to all of you. And I think I should stop here today. Let's have some doubts, questions that you have. Let's discuss on that. Then we will have some practice exercises on direct indirect speech.